Isn't it crazy how some guys just get all the ladies? It's not that these guys are all that handsome, smart, or rich, but some men just seem to know how to attract and seduce droves of beautiful women. For some, this skill comes naturally, but to others, it's a learnable skill that can take years to master. My name is Brad Browning. I'm a breakup and marriage coach from Vancouver, Canada. And usually I only talk about breakups and marriages, but today I'm going to try something a little different in this video. I'm going to teach you guys how to get a girlfriend. Now, why would I make a video like this? Well, for a couple reasons. For one, what I'm about to teach you is applicable to you even if you just want to get back together with your ex-girlfriend. And the secrets that I teach in my X Factor guide are all about creating an incredible amount of attraction between you and your ex. And if you know how to create enough attraction, your ex won't help herself but to come back to you. And these attraction secrets that I teach in my X Factor guide are applicable to you if you're single as well and if you're looking for a girlfriend. So if you want to learn how to create a tremendous amount of attraction with almost any woman, then make sure you watch this video until the end. But before I get into the useful bits, I need to first tell you that I'm not going to cover the obvious stuff. Like I'm not going to tell you that in order to find a girlfriend, you need to shower, groom yourself, wear nice clothes that fit. That's the easy stuff. But if what I listed isn't obvious to you, well, then maybe you need your mom more than you need this video. All right, let's get started. To become a ladies' man, you need to act like one. You see, when a woman sees you acting in an attractive way, she can't help herself but feel drawn towards you. It's actually science. Women are biologically hardwired to be sexually attracted to a particular kind of man. Now, I know what you might be thinking. Aren't women attracted to different kinds of men? Well, yes and no. It's true that if a girl really is into nerds and anime, she'll probably fall for a guy that loves playing video games and reading comic books. And similarly, if a woman that's into rock music, she will probably find the lead singer of the local band very sexy. But what I'm talking about are masculine characteristics that almost all women find attractive. So it doesn't matter if you're a nerd, a jock, a musician, these characteristics will work for almost any man. Now, I call these 12 traits the masculine magnets. Now, make sure you bust out your notebook because you'll probably want to start taking some notes. So number one, being a leader. Women are drawn to natural leaders, and you see evidence of this almost everywhere. Women are more likely to be attracted to the lead singer of the band, not the bass player, for instance. They're more likely to have a crush on the quarterback of the football team than the defensive lineman. Now, not everyone is born with leadership abilities, but you can make yourself seem more prominent by taking control of any situation that you're in. So for example, if you're on a date with a girl, take the lead and decide where you're going to eat or what movie you're going to watch. Little changes like this can have a huge impact on how a woman perceives you. Number two, don't let anyone get to you. Strong and attractive men have a tendency not to sweat the small stuff. Have you ever seen George Clooney or Brad Pitt freak out about where they've misplaced their toothbrush or if they've left their car door unlocked? When problems arise, deal with them in a cool and calm manner and you'll appear much more attractive to the opposite sex. And number three, you don't give a damn what other people think about you. So what if your next door neighbor thinks you're rude? Don't let the judgment of others affect how you perceive yourself. Strong, confident men build their own identities and own them. Now, do you see attractive men bending over backwards to be liked by a particular person? No. Those men don't give a damn about your approval, and women find that trait very appealing. And on to number four, you know how to provoke an emotional response in women. Attractive men are not boring men. You don't have to be, a comedian or a poet to incite positive emotions inside women. All you need to do is learn what to say and how to say it. This is obviously going to take some time, but being suave with your words isn't really as hard as you think. There's a ton of great guides on this on the internet. One of them is by my good friend, Christian Hudson. Go to breakupbrad.com/girlfriend to watch his latest video. In it, he covers some of the most powerful tips to get almost any girl to swoon over you within seconds. Number five, you are rich. And I don't mean money-wise. I mean that you're culturally, mentally, and emotionally rich. You've traveled the world and experienced things that most people haven't. And not only are you rich, but you're also willing to display this value to other people. So for example, you may tell stories about your adventures, give people thoughtful advice about life and happiness, and you're always searching for more ways to grow as a person. And once you do this, a woman can't help but be attracted to this kind of guy. So here's a little exercise for you guys. Try and come up with other ways that you can be rich. Post your answers in the comments section below. And you can also post any questions that you have regarding this video in that section as well. And I will do my very best to get back to all of you. Number six, You've got a passion for something. So even if you're not musically talented or you suck at sports, there's an infinite number of ways to show off a passion for something. It can be something as simple as a love of wine, of traveling, stargazing, whatever it is. Any sort of cool, weird, and interesting pastime is not only interesting to women, but it can also be a great conversation starter. So instead of making a woman your passion, make art, science, or literature your hobby, and women will be eye-fucking you in no time. Number 7, you're good with people. Now this is going to hurt all the introverts out there when I say this, but being good in social situations is hugely attractive. Being able to make connections and friends is probably one of the most useful skills that any person can have, and women know this much more than men do. Again, to some of us, making friends comes naturally, but honing your interpersonal abilities is one of the best ways to find the girl of your dreams, and keep her as well. Number 8, you're ambitious. Have you ever heard a woman say, I want a man that sits at home all day and watches Netflix? Probably not. Women are attracted to a man that has a strong vision for his future. He's got lofty goals, but he does whatever it takes to reach them, and there's very little that can get in his way. So make goals for yourself, whether it be your career, your school, your passion for playing the guitar, and fight the urge to sit around watching Netflix all day. I know this can be hard since House of Cards might be the most addicting show on the planet, but you'll be thanking me in the long run. Number 9, you're wanted by many other women. Now this might be one of the most powerful tips of all. When a woman sees that other women are chasing you down, she's hardwired to feel a sexual attraction to you, and she won't be able to stop herself from feeling these emotions. As Ron Burgundy likes to say, it's science. Because when a woman notices that you're highly sought after, she'll be thinking to herself, man, this guy must be hot stuff. I want to get to know him better. This phenomenon is called a pre-selection, and it's one of the many psychological strategies that you can employ to get a girlfriend. Now, if you want to learn more about pre-selection and other psychological attraction strategies, then simply go to breakupbrad.com/girlfriend and watch the free video presentation there on that website. Again, that's breakupbrad.com/girlfriend. So head over there after you've watched this video and learn some more sneaky psychological tips. And number 10, you are a protector of loved ones. Now, this is going to sound a little sexist, but men and women have different roles in relationships. Traditionally, men are seen as the protectors and the providers of his family. And women, on the other hand, they're more known for their compassion and their nurturing behavior. So women are attracted to men that flex their traditional roles. That's why women like a man that sticks up for her and that has a good job to provide for her and her kids. And it's also why women like guys to be big and tall. But you don't have to be tall just to be seen as a protector. Simply sticking up for the people you love can make you seem like you stand a lot taller than you actually do. Number 11, you're humble. Let me guess, this isn't the first attraction video that you've watched on YouTube. And I bet some of the other videos have told you that it's probably better to be arrogant than not. But I'm here to tell you that that just is not true. Simply saying, I'm the best at playing the piano, won't actually prove that you're good at playing the piano. So instead of talking the talk, walk the walk and show a woman that you have value. Now, of course, don't go out of the way to show off all your talents in one date. That would seem a little too desperate. But when the opportunity does come up, don't be afraid to strut your stuff. Number 12, you're a beacon of positivity. The cup is always half full around you. Being a positive person doesn't just help you attract beautiful women, but it also helps you make friends as well. I mean, do you always want to be around some guys that are complete downers? Of course not. So always try and look at the bright side of things. When life gets tough, don't whine and complain. Instead, try to focus on the positive things that you can do to resolve your problems. Once you truly employ this mindset, your life is going to be a lot better, and women are going to start taking notice as well. All right, YouTube, there you have it. Those are my top 12 masculine magnet traits. Now, of course, this isn't a complete guide on how to get a girlfriend. For that, I highly encourage you to check out the video on the website that I mentioned earlier, breakupbrad.com/girlfriend. And in that video, my good friend Christian reveals some of the most persuasive seduction techniques that I've ever come across. So if you do want to be really, really good with women, then I highly encourage you to visit that website. And again, the URL is breakupbrad.com/girlfriend. And that is all for today, folks. Remember to hit that like button at the end of this video if you found it helpful, and I'll see you next time.